So someone asked me how I wash my cars, and I'm going to tell you how I do it. You feel 3 methods to use. Asking someone how they wash their car is a pretty heavy question, and so we can't really get into the very fine details, but I'm going to go over the steps I use when I buy a car. How I get the paint in good looking shape. The first step is to wash the car. This is the traditional washing method you've heard of. I wash the car in the shade. I use a good amount of suds to lubricate whatever I'm washing with. People use wash mitts. Some people use the 2-bucket method. There's all sorts of things people do with the washing step. The thing about washing though is it doesn't really clean the paint all the way. You remove the loose dirt with the washing. The next step is to clean the paint. You might say, hey, we just cleaned the paint, but no, we didn't. One of the most difficult things I'm having to deal with here in Sacramento is the sap. The sap gets into the paint and it actually damages the paint. It eats into the clear coat, and so we see a lot of cars with the clear coat really messed up. It's beyond repair. So that's a problem. So how do I clean it? I use a clay bar to remove the surface contaminants. With the sap, I had to use a special sap cleaner that dissolved the sap and allowed me to wipe it off. And that, you can't pick the sap off because it will literally rip your paint off. Pretty dangerous working with that. You can really damage your car, so you have to use a lot of care. Once you remove it with that chemical, then we hit the paint with the clay bar and get that paint nice and smooth. And then we go down to the polishing step. Now for polishing, a pure polish is not abrasive, but I use a cleaning polish. I use these two guys, meguiars 105, meguiars 205, and then I hit them with my little polisher. You put different foam pads on here for different cutting. You use the different polishes for different cutting depths, and what you get is a really smooth looking car. It removes the swirls and all that nasty looking stuff, so when it goes through the sun, you just see your reflection. You don't see the big spider webs and all that nonsense. So it looks really great. Now the one thing that I can't get rid of with this, paint chips. The car gets paint chips from the racetrack. You can get rid of those by using touch-up paint, but I'm not going to do that in this video. So then we go down to protect. I use a sealant. You can buy off-the-shelf sealant from the store. This is the only one I have up here. They call this a wax, but this is more of a sealant. It's a synthetic. It actually turned out really great. The car looks really great with this stuff. This is very easy to apply, very easy to use. It offers good protection. Some people stand by the Wolfgang sealant. I just don't really care about all the products. It turns into a giant pissing match, and I just don't care. So then we go down to maintain. And so what happens with the maintenance step is the contaminants that fall in your car can ruin all of this work that you did to get your paint looking perfect again. What I do to maintain it is I use a cover. Cover keeps the sap off of the car. I bought an outdoor cover that is fitted to the S2000 CR. That way I don't even have to wash it. The car just sits over there. If the contaminants are in your car, some people carry around a spray detailer with them to wipe off bird droppings and other stuff. The reason they do that is because they don't want the contaminants to damage the paint again, so that they have to go back and polish it. As long as you maintain it, you don't have to go through all this stuff again. The paint will stay looking great for a long time. So that is a really, really, really basic look at how I wash my car. We can go into more details with this with each car. So the challenge with the S2000 was the sap. I overcame that challenge by cleaning off the sap with a sap cleaner, polishing out the stains, and then using a sealant so that the new sap won't bond with the paint. And then I also maintain this look by putting a car cover on it. And so that's the challenge I have with the S2000, but every car is different. And so when you ask, how do I wash my car? It's a dynamic thing, and it depends on the car. Different cars have different paint hardness. You have to pay attention to all this stuff, or you can really mess up your car's paint. So when you ask, how do I wash my car? The only way to do it is to go through each car that I wash. And so I'll put up other cars that I'm going to wash, and I'll detail them and show you how I do that, how I get rid of accident damage, peeling clear coat, all that stuff. Lots of things I have learned over the years. I think it'd be fun to talk about that stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and enjoy your car.